Hello and welcome. So, given a circle with center A, two tangent lines and various lengths, find the missing information. So, essentially, we're going to be solving for x here. Now, what we're looking at is two tangent lines. Now, there's a specific property when it comes to tangent lines and circles, and it is as follows. Whenever you have any tangent line, meaning a line that intersects once, right, that point H is the single intersection, with a circle, that means that the distance from essentially the radius from A to H intersects at a right angle, but we also know that any other tangent line, right, that same distance from the intersection of the two tangent lines to the circle is going to be the same distance. So that is all of your properties of tangent lines. Now, the latter property is what we need to care about. That means that the distance from J to H is the same distance from J to E. They are congruent. And this helps us a lot, because we're told that h to j is x squared minus 4x. We're told that e to j is 5x minus 14 right up here, right? So then, once we know that this property, that these two segments are equivalent, they're congruent to each other, and all that means that, right, equivalent, they're the same, it means equal in mathematics. Literally just set your two quantities equal to each other, and now we can solve for x. Right? As soon as we see this square, that generally means get everything on the same side and factor if you can. So I'm going to subtract that 5x and add the 14. Right? So on the right side, that's 0, we get equals 0. Right? And then on the left side, we have x squared minus 9x plus 14. Alright, now if we can factor, let's try for it. So middle number, negative 9. Right, first times last, that is a 1 times 14, so 14. Are there any two numbers that are going to multiply to 14 and add to negative 9? Yes, that would be negative 2 and negative 7. Now remember, you can use your factoring shortcut here because there is a 1 as your leading coefficient in front of x squared. That means that you can just take your two numbers we just found and do x minus 2 and x minus 7. Booyah, right? And then this finishes out factoring for us. We know that we have two parentheses, right? Two quantities equal 0 through multiplication. That means that our x minus 2 is going to be 0, or our x minus 7 will be 0. And then just solve each mini equation from there. So subtract 2, we're going to do that with adding 2. Right? Plus 7, both sides, and then I'll get rid of our minus 7, so x equals 7. And we have two solutions, x equals 2 and 7. Now your last thing is to check for to make sure that both of these solutions work, right? It's possible that they both work. It's possible that one doesn't work, or maybe they both fail. We got to double check. And how we do that is we say, okay, originally we have x's, right, on this length and this length. Well, think about the restrictions here. What can lengths not be? 0 or negative, right? It doesn't make sense to have a length of 0. And you can't have negative lengths, which means only positive numbers are allowed. Doesn't matter what the positive number is, it's gotta be positive though. So let's try x equals 7. Sure. Alright, so we have, let's plug it in here, so we'll plug it into both places. So we have 7 squared minus 4 times 7. 7 squared is 49, 4 times 7 is 28. 49 minus 28 is 21. Right? That's not a problem. It's a positive number. Yay! Right? Next one is 5 times 7 minus 14. That's 35 minus 14. Also 21. As it should be, notice that they match. That's because those two segments are equivalent. If they're not matching, that's a problem. Okay? So we get 21 both ways. It's a positive number, which means 7 is indeed a valid solution. Alright, so let's now do the exact same thing, but instead of using 7, let's use our 2. So we'll plug 2 into both of these. So we have 2 squared minus 4 times 2, and that's 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. Now that is an issue. Can't have negative lengths, which means that x equals 2 is not a solution. You can't have it because it creates a negative length coming back, which means x equals 7 is the only possible solution coming back from this one. Alright, so be very careful. Not too bad on the solving, just make sure to check them at the end. Alrighty, thanks for watching.